Hello everybody! Hoping you're having a great day today. Today we're going to be talking about, do loud pipes actually save lives? This is a very heated topic with people on both sides. You got people saying yes, they do save lives, and you got people on the other side saying nope, they do not save lives. You know, I'm just gonna kind of say it's not one or the other. It's a combination of both. But the question you should be asking is, should you rely on your loud pipes to save your life? So, if you're unfamiliar with the argument, there's two parties. There's those who say yes, they do save lives, and no, they says that loud pipes do not save your life. So, for those who do say that loud pipes do save lives, it comes down to being heard, right? So, if other drivers know that you are there because they can hear you, then they can react to you. You won't be in their blind spot. You won't surprise them. They're less likely to hit you, so on and so forth, because they know that you are there, right? Because they could hear you, and to a certain degree, they could feel the rumble of the motorcycle. They could feel you coming. Now, those who say that loud pipes do not save your lives, their stance comes from the fact that the exhaust pushes the sound behind you. So by the time someone is realistically going to be able to hear you, it's already too late, because the sound waves have to be pretty close to them in order for them to hear you by the time that they can react to you. So the sound is being pushed behind you, and that you should rely on other things like being seen instead of just relying on being heard. There's also the stance of you have to be so loud in order for people in front of you to hear you that you're basically just being really obnoxious. So your pipes have to be so deafeningly loud to overcome the distractions of people being insulated inside of a car in their own music, listening to their music, with their own distractions, so on and so forth, that you're just being obnoxious. And I do see there are valid points in both camps. Yes, if you can be heard and people know that you are there, then yes, they are less likely to hit you or do something that would put your life in jeopardy. And yes, for those who think that loud pipes do not save your life, yes, the sound waves are being pushed behind you, and I know when I'm driving in my car, I can't tell you how many times I get surprised by bikers, both sport bikes and cruisers, coming up to the side of me so fast that by the time I realized that they were there, they've already passed me. And this is both for times where I'm just chilling in my car, sitting in traffic, and both when I'm driving with music on and off. It doesn't really matter. By the time I notice them or hear them, it's already too late. If I was going to do something, chances are I would have already done it by the time I noticed them. Just relying on hearing. So there are merits to both camps. Instead of it being, do loud pipes save lives, I would reframe the question as, should you be solely reliant on loud pipes to save your life? And the answer to that is no. There are more things that you can do that are going to get you to be seen and make other people aware of you well before they can hear you. Like if they can see you well in advance of you passing them. If you solely rely on sound, if you just solely rely on being heard, chances are it's going to be way too late. They're already going to be doing what they're doing by the time they are able to hear you. And the average reaction time for an adult is about a second, give or take half a second. You know, if they're really prepared and waiting for something, it might be a second, might be a little bit less. But more often than not, when we're in cars and they're driving, we're stuck in traffic, people are texting, they're on phone calls. I mean, you've seen it everywhere. People are distracted, and that is going to diminish their reaction time. So if you're coming up on them and you pass them, by the time they are able to hear you, a second has already passed. So for their reaction time, that opportunity for them to actually change their behavior and change their action, that window is way too small. That's why you see all the time riders getting T-boned and cut off, people swerving into their lane. Accidents happen all the time because they were, one, not aware, and two, did not have enough time to be able to properly react and adjust their course by the time they were made aware. So that's why you should rely on being seen. People can see you much, much easier from a farther distance than they can hear you. For example, that car that's up there, I can guarantee you he's gonna see me before he can hear me, because the sound is being pushed behind me, whereas my headlight is facing him. And even for traffic where I'm going with traffic, say I'm on a highway, I'm going with traffic, people are gonna see my headlight in their rear view mirror well before they can hear the sound waves coming out of the exhaust. And if you're wearing high-vis gear, if you're, putting yourself in a good position to be seen, you're making it easier for people to notice you, and you are giving yourself way more chances of being noticed and seen and having other drivers be aware of your presence, so that way they don't change their lane or move around or do something that could compromise your safety. So in general, I'm not really an advocate for rev bombing, because you're putting 100% of your safety in someone else's hands when you rev bomb, because at that point you're not really controlling the bike anymore. Like, yeah, you cut power to the engine, but you're not doing evasive maneuvers. You're not doing everything that you could be doing to protect yourself. You are putting 100% of the ownership on your safety on someone else's action. So guess what? What if they don't hear you? What if they don't notice you? They're going to continue on doing what they're going to do. And then what are you going to do? Then you're going to try and slow down, then you're going to try and brake, and then you're going to try and do all this other stuff? No, at that point, it's way too late. You might get lucky, but do not put your safety in somebody else's hands. It's too dangerous. It's not worth it. So, to summarize, will loud pipes help in saving your life? Yes, but use them as a last line of defense. There are other things that you should be doing in order to protect yourself. Do not put your safety in somebody else's hands. Instead, you should have 100% ownership over your own safety. Do not rely on somebody else's action to protect yourself, because sometimes it might work, but sometimes it might not. People are distracted. They got a million other things they're paying attention to, whether it's their phone, their music, other drivers, what have you. Do not be too reliant on other people to protect yourself. You need to protect yourself. And that comes from having good gear, that comes from being seen, that comes from putting yourself in a good position, and that comes from being able to ride defensively and evasively if you need to. So that's gonna about wrap it up today. Very quick video, just wanted to throw in my 2 cents. I see this argument going back and forth all the time, where people are saying, yes they do, no they don't, yes they do, no they don't. Well, here's kind of I guess I'm hitting puberty again, my voice cracked. Here's my 2 cents on it, and hopefully that will help settle the flames a little bit and help shift the focus onto the things that really do matter most, which is riding safe and making sure that we all get home after a fun day's ride. All right, everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for today. I upload every Friday, so I encourage you to subscribe so that way you don't miss any content. And I do encourage you to follow me on Instagram. I post more regularly than I do on YouTube there. So it'll just be, a quick picture, teaser here and there. And I'm actually getting LASIK tomorrow. So hopefully it'll be a quick recovery, but I've recorded some content in advance, but in the event it does take me a little bit longer to recover and I'm not able to ride, I'll be able to post more on Instagram that I will be able to record. Leave a comment down below. Let's try to keep if there's a debate, if there's a conversation on whether or not loud pipes save lives, let's keep it factual, let's keep it civil. But we can have a debate. I'm all open for a debate, but we're not going to be attacking each other. We can have a healthy discourse. So if you have an opinion, if you got a story, go ahead and put it in the comments down below. Otherwise, I will see you all next Friday. As always, be brave, do good, and take care of yourselves, everybody. Have a good one. Peace.